This video is brought to you by my two books, Practical Music Theory for the Rock Guitarist and The Blues Guitar Bible. Want to learn about modes, harmony, scales, chord substitution and keys? Or maybe you're interested in supercharging your blues guitar rhythm and lead chops. Whatever you're interested in, I guarantee you will be hitting the fast lane to progress with either of these works. Both feature video demonstrations and tutorials, loads of tabs and jam tracks to play along with, and I promise you, everything is explained in crystal clear plain English. Check out the links in the description for more details. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Tuesday today, which means we're doing a top 5 list, and as I'm beginning to always say in these videos now, you've seen the thumbnail, you've read the title, so I won't waste too much time on a preamble, but these are basically 5 either individual YouTube videos or YouTube channels that I watch regularly, which have nothing at all to do with music or guitar. And yeah, because they're either enlightening or funny or both or just worth watching for some reason or another, which we'll go through now, starting with
SMEO by Count Dankula.
Yeah, let's get the controversial one out of the way first. I say controversial because the guy who made this video is something of a hate figure for certain people. The reason for this is because about 10 years ago, it must be by now, when his YouTube channel had like 8 subscribers or something, he made a video where he was pranking his girlfriend by teaching her cute little pug dog to do a certain type of, let's say, a military salute, often associated with a mid-20th century European regime. You know what I'm talking about. I don't think I've trod on any of the YouTube trigger word landmines in that description there, but basically he was prosecuted for a hate crime, and many people, if that's all they know about him, they tend to get a rather unrepresentative view of this chap. He's not of that persuasion, I honestly believe, and he makes some entertaining videos, including this one about a chap called SMEO, full name John Smeaton. Now, John Smeaton was a baggage handler at Glasgow Airport when some nefarious characters with ill intent decided to launch an attack on Glasgow Airport with, I think it was a Jeep Cherokee full of gas bottles and petroleum, and basically they were just going to blow themselves and the airport to smithereens. And it all kind of went wrong for them, thankfully. And there's this baggage handler, John Smeaton, who is stood outside of the premises. He's on a kind of a little bit of a break from work, having a smoke, having a cigarette, and he sees one of those double take kind of situations where he sees this burning guy, a guy who's already on fire himself, trying to detonate the bomb that is the Jeep. And yeah, he reacts in what the host of this video describes as not only a very spectacular way, but a very Scottish way. And he just wades in, wallop, starts having a fight next to a bomb vehicle that's on fire itself. He's knocking 7 colours of you-know-what out of the guy who's already on fire and trying to detonate this huge bomb. That's basically the synopsis of the story. Mr. Dankula tells it in a much more entertaining and engaging way than I do. So if you have any preconceptions about this fella, put them to one side, go and watch the video and make your own mind up. I don't honestly think he deserves to be the hate figure that many people paint him as. I think he makes very funny videos, and this is one of them. So go and check it out. Next.
James English talks to Dave Fishwick.
Who is James English and who is Dave Fishwick? Well, James English is kind of like a Scottish Joe Rogan type character, does long form podcast interview type things, which if I've got the time, I really do like to get into one of those. Sadly, I don't have much time for this lately. And this is what he's doing with this chap called Dave Fishwick. Who is Dave Fishwick? Well, Dave Fishwick is, he has a couple of, maybe 2 or 3, I don't know, certainly more than one, dealerships that sell minibuses and vans. And around about the 2008-2009 financial crash, he noticed that his customers, who were all buying the vans on, credit, couldn't get credit to buy the vans anymore, and this was affecting his business. So what he did was he started his own kind of lending scheme, which evolved into, he basically set up a high street bank on his own, well, with his team of people, against all of the odds and against all of the resistance from the system. And there were, I should say, some very dirty tricks pulled against him. There's a Hollywood movie being made about this. It's on Netflix. It's well worth a watch, starring Rory Kinnear. It's called The Bank of Dave. There's also a 3-part, I think, fly-on-the-wall documentary with the actual Dave Fishwick guy himself that's up on Netflix. But if you want just a potted sort of synopsis of it, well, I say potted, about an hour and a half long, where Dave just outlines his life story, starting from leaving school without a penny in his pocket, labouring on a building site, to being at the point where he's a multi-millionaire who set up a bank to help his local community, basically lending to the kind of businesses and individuals that, the high street banks, all of the usual names, the ones that you see as you walk up and down the town centre. People, the banks that the people at banks like that had sort of turned their nose up at. He was lending money to these people, and making a profit at it, and all of the profits from the bank go to local charities in his area. He's an inspiring, individual, and just one of these people that makes you proud to be a human being when there are other human beings like that around you. He's used his talent and his grit and his tenacity and his determination to build a comfortable life for himself, and he's in the business now of giving back to the community, either by helping local businesses with low interest rate loans, and then just giving the profits from that away to worthy causes in his local community. Inspirational character. Out of all of the videos on this list today, this is the one I recommend you go and check out. There's links to them all in the description, but yeah, go and watch this interview with Dave Fishwick. He is a truly inspirational man, and I hope you'll agree. Next,
Charles Evans Art.
Now, about 15 years ago, I took this, I don't remember making a decision, but I just decided at some point, it popped into my head as a notion, shall we say, that I wanted a hobby that wasn't music related. And I thought, yeah, watercolour painting, that'll be easy. It isn't, trust me. But one reason I thought it would be easy was because this chap, Charles Evans, had a show on the local TV at the time, Watercolours with Charles Evans or something. And, he starts off, blank piece of paper, does a little bit of a squiggly outline drawing in, just whatever pencil comes to hand. It could be the pencil from, from the local branch of Argos or something. Little squiggly kind of outline drawing, and then just starts mixing his colours and dip dab dub dub dub, a bit like that that guy, Bob Ross. Remember him, The Joy of Painting? A little bit like that, but more English and a different medium, watercolour, and he makes it look really easy. I know from experience that it isn't easy. I've tried it, and yes, I thought, yeah, you're a guitarist, John, not a painter. Give it up. But I still enjoy watching him do a video. Most videos are about kind of 40 minutes to an hour long, where you see a blank piece of paper at the start and a finished painting at the end, and the stages in between, and the little tips and tricks that he shares about, like, how to make a few smudges of paint look like a sheep or a horse or a cloud or a whatever. Yeah, and what's that? That phenomenon that people talk about? Is it AMSR or one of those things. Basically, stuff that's soothing to watch. That file that under this category. So Charles Evans Art, he's a very talented guy, and I wish I could paint like him, but I can't, so I don't. Next.
Constantine Kissing at the Oxford Union.
Yeah, Constantine Kissing, if you're not familiar with the name, he is one half of a podcast duo on YouTube and Substack. The podcast series is called Trigonometry. And basically, these trigonometry lads, Constantine and his pal Francis Foster, they just get people who have in-depth knowledge of matters that might be in the news, current affairs. They talk to people who know the subject inside out and tease out the heart of the matter. The strapline for the podcast series is honest conversations with fascinating people, and they will challenge their guests if they think that no, actually. That isn't quite like that, is it? They're not confrontational, but they're not just kind of giving soft soap interviews with whoever they're talking to. And as I say, Constantine gave, I think, one of the most inspirational speeches at the Oxford Union when the topic under debate was, has woke culture gone too far? And he really laid it on the line about about the way the world. I won't try and kind of summarise his points because I'll only butcher them. But the fact that this speech garnered praise from right across the political spectrum, from ardent left-wing commentators to people on the right of the sort of conservative wing of the political spectrum, shows you that there is something in there that kind of speaks to everyone. It certainly spoke to me, and it's well worth checking out. So go and check it out. As I say, links in the description. Constantine Kissing at the Oxford Union. Well worth a watch. Next.
Black Belt Barrister.
Yeah, no, this is a channel, a guy called, I think, Daniel Shen Smith, and he's a barrister. For non-UK viewers, a barrister is basically a lawyer who argues in court. But in other countries, I think certainly in the States, from watching, John Grisham kind of movies and that sort of thing, the solicitor or lawyer that you go and speak to in his office on the high street with a blast plaque next to the door, he's also the guy in America who stands up in court and kind of says, "Objection, Your Honour," and all that sort of stuff. Well, in the UK, it's slightly different. We have solicitors or lawyers, and then they pass the case on to a trained barrister whose entire profession is, working in a courtroom, just that little bit more specialised. Obviously, they have to be, trained solicitors and lawyers themselves, but they've got that extra qualification and they specialise in court work. And this guy, Daniel Shen Smith, dubs himself the Black Belt Barrister. Oh, there's my phone pinging. Let me just see what that was. Nothing important. Yes. Where was I? Black Belt Barrister. Yeah, he basically takes topics that are in the news and in the current affairs. And the kind of thing when you see it on the news and you think, how can they be getting away with that? Well, he'll probably have the answer. He has that knack that I love in any field, where you can take something very, very detailed and specific and specialist and, to many people impenetrable, and just spelling it out in simple terms so that, a meathead like me can understand what's going on and what the subtleties of whatever it is that are being spoken about are. And if you're in the UK and you're interested in current affairs and so on, then this is definitely a channel worth checking out. As are they all. As I say, links to them all in the description. But that is it for today, folks. Let me know what you think of any of my picks down in the comments. You're never shy about doing that. And let me know what you think of any new content that you discover as a result of watching this video. I'll be interested to know what your thoughts are. But that is the video for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed it and found it useful and informative and entertaining in some small way. And if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And why not drop me a like as well while you're at it. And don't forget the live stream every Friday, 5 PM UK time, where we drink beer and talk about stuff. It's a great way to kick off the weekend, basically, and I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.